Hey guys, Eric Roberts, Worship the King, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing of the Worship Guitar Success Kit. This is at least in, what is this, March, April 2017. This is the main program that I have. All this material is also on my online school, but for those of you who want books and DVDs delivered to your house, this is the unboxing of the Success Kit. I'm going to show you what it is for. It's for anybody about 9 or 10 and up. The first person to ever try the program was 10, and he's now currently traveling and doing all his music all over. And he may come on the channel and talk about that. But so when you get this in the mail, if you do the Worship Guitar Success Kit, you're going to get a box. At least in this era, you're going to get a box like this, and you're going to get a box with four DVDs. 4 DVDs, and I'll go through each one of these. You're going to get the Play and Sing 4-chord worship, Play and Sing 4-chord worship songs book. Has 25 songs plus more than 25 songs. Actually, I think it's 32 songs. Amazing Grace, My Chains Are Gone, Everlasting God, Our God, Mighty to Save, Blessed Be Your Name, Good Good Father, This Is Amazing Grace, How Great Is Our God, 10,000 Reasons, Oceans, Revelation Song. I mean, there's all the songs are right there, and they're on the website too. I'll go through each one of these individually, not each song, each book first. Kind of show you a little bit about the book and what's inside of it. It shows you that you can actually play and sing on my website. I have YouTube videos. My goal is to have all of these songs. I don't think they're all quite up yet, but most of them. And for guitar and piano. So it gives you this really cool chart in the songbook with 4 chords. You can play these all with 4 chords. And then there's a couple A minors in the book as well. So I show you that A minor chord too. You occasionally have to use the A minor. And then we get into the songs. I wanted to show you kind of what the songs look like up close. They're just one-page sheets. They have strumming charts. Just you strum. Each chord has a pattern you can strum. Very simple to play. G, C, D, E minor, all these songs. Very awesome. They're super simple, but they actually sound great. I just went through all the songs and made sure they sound like you'd want to play them. You can open up this book and lead worship. Now, most of you guys are beginners that are kind of on my channel and in my school. So this is sort of where you're going. How do you get there? Well, that's where the 2 books come in: the Modern Worship Guitar Lessons, Getting Started. This is the 3rd edition, and it's the first book, and then you got the 2nd book. Now, this first book, I'll go through that for you real quick. It comes with 2 DVDs, so you have the book and 2 DVDs to start with. This is a whole learning thing. You can do this all at your house. This is also on the online school, so if you do this online, you're sort of getting this online. But basically, it talks about some of my other songbooks in the beginning, but what you do in the beginning is you actually just start by learning the notes on the guitar neck, what they are, just real basic, frets. I have this how to read tablature. You start out doing that stuff, really simple. But your biggest stuff, reading chord charts, that's your biggest thing right there, how to read chord charts, because I'm going to show you how to play all these things. And so this is learning good posture and form is probably one of my favorite lessons, because most people will fail because they just don't know how to hold the guitar. They think their hands aren't right. So I spend a little bit of time, a good amount of time in the very beginning, teaching you the fundamentals of how to hold, how to make the chords right, how to make them sound right, and that's all about posture with the right hand and the left hand. So that's I show you how to do perfect form. I want you to have perfect form. So you're going to have the diagrams of that and the videos. Each one of these are based on lessons. So like lesson 4, we do finger exercises, and finger exercises are very important. You can do them for years and years, not just as a beginner, but for many years you can do finger exercises, and you can keep doing them every day. But at lesson 5, you learn the G chord, you learn the C chord, and all with charts and very specifics about how you play it. Then you learn how to count and strum. Actually, we're not really reading notes, but we do learn how to count note values. So we're going to learn how to count note values, count and strum note values, strumming basics. But I actually have, I think there's about six patterns in this book and another 6 in the other book. There's a total of about 15 patterns in the first 2 books, I think. I'll clarify that as I go here. Yeah, there's six patterns here, 6 very awesome strumming patterns. And once you learn these really simple strumming patterns, you can put them in any song. You learn the D chord, and then you start learning your first song. You start warming up to play your first song. So our first song really in this book is Amazing Grace. Very, very basic strumming, and you get to play fast. What I like about my program, the whole thing, is that you can actually learn a few chords and start playing songs. You don't. It doesn't take years. You're only 6 or 7 lessons in, and you start strumming some songs. And once you get that part, once you can strum Amazing Grace, well, you can strum many of these songs as well. It's the same concept. So, you could, within the first month or so, you could learn, 15, 20 songs. It's a totally different way to approach the guitar. I'm teaching you very fundamental basics of chords and strumming, and then you're off on the race to play. We learn how to count 16 notes, and then we get into some more patterns. So actually, there's 10 patterns in this book, and then the flip. So all the strumming patterns are in this book. And so we use flip technique, we use strumming with accents, we do How Great Is Our God in here, just the basic, like how to use accents to strum. So it's so once we learn the basic strumming patterns, we sort of start putting in just a few little tricks to make them sound good. And that's really what I like about teaching this way. 14, 15, lesson 15, playing a fast song, and then so you're playing some songs, and then you learn the B minor chord, and then you're told to go to the next step, which you learn the F sharp too. So you learn quite a few chords in this book. Once you've done this book and these 2 DVDs, you'd be well on your way to playing every song in this book. So every song, there's 32 of them. So I have much more extensive knowledge of guitar, and I couldn't hold myself back. My program goes much beyond that. It's not just for beginners, but that section, that first book and that songbook, are very good for beginners. And then I have the next level. So you're not going to be left kind of thinking, well, what do I do now? Because many of the things I'm teaching are fundamental basics, but they grow and build in blocks over time. And so even with this, they're fundamental blocks. They're just a little more advanced blocks, but you're going to just build on what you learned when you go into the next level. And so let's see what the next level is. Advanced strumming patterns, you do a little bit more of an intermediate picking. Advanced strumming patterns, 11 through 14. So here you get some more strumming patterns with accents and 16th notes and things like that. You start to sound like you know what you're doing. And then I start adding in I call it the sizzle. So like the palm mute is your lesson 22 is your palm mute, and this just keeps going. Selective strumming is lesson 23. At this point, advanced palm muting. So we're learning how to do using the palm mute. And the palm mute is actually, I just put strings on this guitar. The palm mute is really cool if you're doing. That's the palm mute. So you learn some stuff like that, and then accenting too. So if you put accenting and palm muting in a really simple strumming pattern, then people start to go, oh, that guy's really good. He plays guitar good. So I kind of show you how to do that. Then we talk about slash chords. So all those chords that are a little bit harder, like C/, E or D/F sharp, and we learn patterns. Then we start playing songs with slash chords. Then we learn suspended chords. So D sus, A sus. So we're getting a little bit more intermediate. And then I give you introduction to picking patterns. So I want you to learn how to play picking patterns. I got some great exercises in here. Fundamental exercises for learning how to use picking. So picking would be more like this, if you were... And whatever, just picking. If you want to do a worship song picking wise, you could... That's actually picking using a pick. So we're doing picking using a pick, And then I believe we develop a picking. I got some great exercises in here. These are the best I've ever used. Students, you will get good at picking. No, I'm not kidding. You will get, if you do these exercises, you'll get good at picking. I used them with hundreds of students. People can really pick songs, and I do the Name That Saves in here with a picking pattern. So it's a great song. It's one of our songs. And then I teach you finger picking. It's a different than pick picking, and finger picking would be more like if you actually did not have a pick and you were going. I don't have a pick, so. You can actually learn finger picking. So I teach you all the theory of finger picking, how to hold your hand, how to do it right, and then I show advanced strumming and syncopation. We're in pattern 15, and that is a really good pattern, and people use it all the time. Advanced syncopation pattern of So that's advanced syncopation and strumming, and that's what we kind of get to in next level, and we get some. And then at the very end, I put this in the end because I do believe in reading notes, but I don't believe it's the first thing you should learn. So you actually learn to read notes on the staff. So this is what Mel Bay and Hal Leonard would teach you first, how to play notes on the neck, and you would basically be starting to play the guitar from very early on. You would be learning notes on the neck and playing little tiny exercises just to learn the notes. But then when you wanted to play in a band, you would have to learn chords and strumming and all that stuff to be in the band or to be in the worship team. So I flipped around the concept of learning the chords and the strumming and all the stuff that really gets people going first, but I didn't want to leave out the core. So that's towards the end of the program. You'll start to understand the notes on the neck and start to understand how to read notes if that's what you want to do. But honestly, many professional musicians and worship leaders and artists don't even read notes. And 99.9% of the time, in my time as a worship leader, I was reading charts, not notes. And that's what some people think that's weird, but listen, we can read notes and numbers and charts all day. We can play thousands of songs without reading a single note on the staff. So you learn to read notes in the end, though. So I think it's important, and I love music theory. So you can also do some of my music theory stuff online. Once you get through these books, you could actually be working as a worship leader. You could be leading worship at your small group, at your church. You could be leading worship even full time. I mean, I have friends who have just known about just this much and been full-time staff worship leaders, making a full-time living and doing full-time ministry. Or you could just be, doing youth, or you could do anything you want to do. You're equipped for ministry is my point. My point is you're equipped to do great ministry and great things with music. With we have 4 DVDs and the books in the Success Kit. Now, this is April of 2017, and DVDs are still available. I don't know how long they'll be available on the website, as long as people still have DVD players. But that day is coming to an end. But no worries, I have everything digitally online through Worship the King online. So you can go on there, you can log in through your iPad or your computer, and you can become an online student and do all of this curriculum and more. So this is the beginning. If you want the Success Kit, or if you become an online student, you would start in the blue book, which is Modern Worship Guitar Lessons, the book 1. Then you would go Modern Worship Guitar Lessons next level, and you would be able to play all these songs. If you have any questions before you make a purchase on the online store or want to get involved, join my free Facebook group, join my Facebook page. Come send me an email at eric@worshiptheking.com. I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Again, this is great for anybody from 10 years old all the way to 100 years old, and you can learn to play worship guitar. You can get rid of all of the struggles, get rid of all the mess, and really become proficient very quickly and really feel the reward of playing guitar. That's what the program's done for many people. And that's what I wanted to do for you. Thanks for watching the show. Thanks for watching the show, y'all. You can actually click on a link in the YouTube link to go to my store or to go to my website, WorshiptheKing.com. Make sure you subscribe if you're here on YouTube, like the channel, and follow me because I have a ton of free stuff too. Ton of free tutorials, and I'm always doing Facebook Live. As of 2017 of April, I'm doing Facebook Live videos every week, so you can ask me your questions and meet me there. All right, God bless.